In my last video, I spoke about the eastern grey kangaroo, and I briefly mentioned their population numbers.
And the government believe that there are around 16 million kangaroos in the whole of Australia.
But is this number actually accurate, or is it just a lie?
My nose is sticking out.
Some people here in Australia believe that this number could be significantly greater and could even be as high as 50 million kangaroos. Others also believe that Australia is just absolutely swarming with kangaroos and that they're taking over the country. But scientifically speaking, some of the numbers that are put out there might not even be biologically possible because of the speed that they grow and develop. On top of this, an adult kangaroo will only have about 3 or 4 joeys that survive during its entire lifetime, which isn't that many when you consider that they can live for up to 15 years. While it is true that in some parts of Australia, and to some Australians like farmers, they have become a bit of a pest because of their tendencies to graze and eat crops. However, in some parts of Australia, their numbers have been quite scarce. It's often referred to that since European settlers arrived here about 200 years ago, of course humans being humans, this upset the balance of nature, and kangaroos have now done amazingly in Australia because of the increase of water dams and the lack of predators such as dingoes. But there are probably more threats now to kangaroos than ever. Things like car collisions, illegal shooting, fences, and even domestic dog attacks have all been causes to steady their numbers or even bring them down quite significantly. Year after year, the Australian government allows licensed hunters to cull kangaroos. And of course this has been a huge topic of controversy over the years, as some people feel that a cull just really isn't necessary. And it's also supported that maybe it's only done for commercial reasons, as hunters earn a fee for every kilo of kangaroo meat they get. In fact, it's estimated that the country earns about $200 million a year selling kangaroo products overseas. There's even more frustration for those who don't necessarily support culling, but instead are looking at different methods that could prevent animals from suffering. For example, over in the UK, where there's a huge problem with grey squirrels, there are new studies that are trying to stop culling and instead look at a contraceptive that might be able to stop them from breeding and eventually bring their numbers down. So why is it so hard to pinpoint a population number on kangaroos? Well, one reason is because kangaroo numbers fluctuate quite significantly in just a matter of a few years, which make it really hard to pinpoint an exact number. Additionally, Australia is a massive country, which makes it even harder to find a definite answer of how many kangaroos there are in the entire country. In conclusion, to some, they are a pest that affect their way of life, and to others, they're not really a problem, even to the point where they might even need more. But in my opinion, I think kangaroos are an absolute icon of this country that bring in tourism every single year, and it's important for us to find a good balance to keep these guys here with us.